and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump into the action today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some really cool emotes. Lastly, if you're interested in joining any of our campaigns, we do have open slots available in literally every game we have right now. So look at our description down below. You'll see each of our games we have, the time slots we have. If you're interested in any of them, you can go to patreon.com/ProdiumJoey, also in the description, to join at one of the low tiers and get in a conversation with me, or add me on Discord, ProdiumJoey, and have a one-on-one with me. See if any of the games will be a good fit for you. And, of course, we are a pay-to-play community, so keep that in mind before you reach out about all of that. And, yeah, I think that'll be all my shameless self-promoting. Go on, Barnabas. Tell us what happened last session.
So we started out back down in the psych ward. The group split into two with Calvin standing between us. Renald disarms him, steals his weapon. Durin tries to slow him down. Dresley engages with him to try and get some of us past him. And then Sybil just locks him down with some mental magic that Sybil does. And we all finally managed to squeeze past him and get back up the stairs. I believe Dresley was the last one to get over and back into the previous room. Though, as we were leaving, Sybil noticed that he becomes more powerful if no one's watching him. We'll eventually figure out means he basically teleports if no one's actively looking at him. So we head back upstairs. We go back to the office to try and find paperwork. Pyre tries to break in, but we're running out of time because of Calvin. So Barnabas just breaks a window and Durin climbs in as a spider and finds Calvin's file. Where he finds out he's afraid of water and that maybe a ton of weight, over 800 pounds, might be able to kill him. When Calvin shows up, all of us run, leaving Durin alone in the office. And Calvin busts in. Durin summons water, which manages to temporarily disable Calvin, so he gets away. While we're running around, the doctor comes on the speaker, I believe twice, at least, to try and offer Sybil to come join her side. Which I don't think Sybil ever actually responded verbally, but obviously did not take the thing, never went and joined her. We then split up. Renald and Barnabas went to go help the patients that were imprisoned, while everyone else went down to the psych ward to try and find the information we originally came for. We eventually get all the prisoners free, and we use poles to keep Calvin far enough away for all of them to get back to the front, though nobody can leave because the doors are still locked. But when we do, we turn our back on Calvin, and he disappears. And so while everyone else is down looting through the office in the psych ward, looking through trying to get the computer to boot up, and Sybil steals some paperwork, Calvin shows up since we weren't watching him. So they shove the computer in the backpack. Durin sets off the fire alarms or the sprinklers, which pauses him for a minute, and they escape back up to the rest of us, where we bust our way through the glass front doors and escape out, where we find all of the police are here in the pouring rain, along with two agents from a group called Terror. We also find out Jeeves was assaulted while we were out there. Got beat pretty heavily. The car got thrown up against a wall. The two people from Terror head in. The only person they managed to arrest was the one person with the doctor. And I think they also got the gnome.
The worker, yes.
But they didn't get the doctor, and they never found Calvin. So Gildarts shows up, riding around with Durin's dad in his van. He gets into it with the terror agents, and the person that Barnabas and Ronald met downstairs before Calvin is brought out. It finds out that I think he speaks Infernal, which was close to Durin speaking Abyssal. I don't remember if I had those backwards or the other way around.
They both spoke the same language. I think
was it?
Abyssal.
Okay. And so Durin manages to translate for him. We find out his name is Moon, and that his mother was a prisoner here at once too, but managed to escape. So we decide to bring Moon along with us. And we all head back, and Gildarts is going to put us up in his place, but he makes the mistake of going ahead of us. And in the paperwork, Sybil finds the doctor's address, which is very close to the neighborhood that Sybil lives in. So we head to her house, where Pyre takes down all the security, and we break in. And we were waiting there, and then she arrived, and we then started. But that's where we stopped.
Yes. As you confront her, she looks at all of you, positioned inside of her waiting room, inside of her home, gives a very deep sigh, and leans against the archway into the door as she leans down and begins removing her heels. Well, I would be lying if I didn't say I was impressed with all of you. Do you mind if she gestures over towards her liquor shelf that has a couple of glasses and what looks to be some type of whiskey?
Help yourself.
Can I get one too?
You're underage.
Yeah, I think that matters.
She goes over to the shelf and will pour herself a glass, and you notice she opens up one of these. For you guys, it's like your parents' stuff, the 70s style little ice box they would have with a couple of cubes and place it back and leave it there. She then goes over and sits down at the last available chair within this meeting area that all of you are filling up, and will begin sipping her whiskey.
Before she starts drinking anything, can I just like make some kind of check to make sure she didn't try to like slip herself a cyanide or anything?
Sure, roll me a perception check.
Perception. Oh.
Yeah, not that you. I mean, she looks to just be accepting her predicament and getting a drink. She takes a very short sip of the whiskey and sits there. I presume there's a reason why my head is still on my shoulders and there's not cufflinks or cuffs around my wrists right now.
I don't know, maybe we're just bad at this.
Well, first, we're children. We don't decapitate people.
Or that.
Speak for yourself.
Well, as the leader of this group, I say we don't decapitate people. Is that better?
So you're the leader, Sybil.
Of course I am.
She reaches into her coat pocket and pulls out a small notepad and jots something down. Then
Defensively, I reach over, find another scrap of paper, and start writing on that.
You pick up a napkin, yeah.
Perfect.
Darren, I need you to whisper roll what you write down on your napkin.
Like gibberish to make it look like he's writing something.
Hey, spoilers.
Amber is the color of your energy. Whoa. So what is it? Why are you all here?
I look over at Barnabas.
Oh, we have questions. Mostly relating to the work that you've been doing for the Hung organization.
Very well. What are your questions?
I'm assuming they are your corporate sponsors for the psych ward.
They are the direct. They are my benefactors.
What's the work that you were doing testing on patients with
Magical potential, I think is what we read.
well, that's one question. So we can start with that.
And the blood type as well.
Yeah, the blood type. So we'll start with magical potential. How are you rating magical potential, and where are you getting all of the records that you have? I know I've never seen you, yet you have a file with your name signed off on it.
Well, there's a little trick that some people are capable of doing where they simply pay what needs to be paid to gain access to things that others don't necessarily care to protect that well. All of your records were publicly filed. And since they were, or privately filed within public facilities, and since they were, it was easy enough for me to apprehend them. I apprehended your in particular files, as I had a suspicion surrounding some of you. My research has taught me a great many things, and the one thing that my research has been aspiring to is to find out why certain individuals have a higher adaptation rate to magic and enhancements in magical effects and spells than others. After many long trials, I have learned that people of a particular blood type seem to be much more easily adapted to magic, have a higher adaptation rate. And this has been utilized in helping calculating an individual's magical potential. We refer to individuals like Barnabas, Sybil, as spellkin.
What does spellkin designate?
It designates that you are an individual who has a magic potential of 85 or higher. Meaning, you are much more likely to become adaptable to the magic forced upon you or received by you from other sources.
Is it limited to the same blood type of O negative, or is that one just have a higher probability?
Much higher probability. In fact,
But it's
all
potential in others.
There are outlying situations where others have that heightened potential, but your blood type in particular has had the most positive response for being able to be discerned as a spellkin. Not everybody with your blood type, but many.
What are the category tests?
What do you mean?
We found multiple mentions of category tests and success or failures.
Oh.
I imagine I know what at least 3 of the successes were, but...
Thank you for the compliment, but I've only been successful, truly successful, once.
Who was the one you were truly successful with?
Let me share with you the pinnacle of my work. The one true success amid dozens of failures. The subject whom I affectionately refer to as Ether's Chosen. Was a rather unremarkable human, until fate intervened. Brought to the emergency room I was working at following a catastrophic accident that should have claimed their life, they instead provided a unique opportunity for my research, having all of the necessary components for me to discern that they are of a heightened magical potential. You see, when administered with ether amplification, a concoction of my own design intended to enhance one's innate magical abilities, the response was extraordinary. Unlike others who suffered adverse reactions or no reactions at all, Ether's Chosen underwent a transformation so profound. It was as if they were reborn as a being of pure power. Under the effects of the amplification, they developed the ability to morph into a monstrous form at will. Imagine it, a creature of immense strength and agility, capable of manipulating its physical form to adapt to any threat, and the control. It was magnificent. They retained their human consciousness, able to revert to their original form as easily as one might change clothes. Their transformation wasn't just a physical alteration, it was a complete enhancement of their being. They became stronger, faster, more durable than any human could hope to be naturally. It was as if we had unlocked a new evolution for mortal kind. But of course, the potential for further experimentation is boundless. Each transformation, every shift of their bones and sinew provides valuable data. What you see as a monstrous deviation from nature, I see as the next step in mortal evolution. A testament to the plasticity of our very essence when interfaced with the arcane. Make no mistake, this isn't about playing God. It's about understanding the limits, no, the potential of mortal capability when combined with the arcane. Ether's Chosen is not just a subject, they are the harbinger of what I believe will be a new dawn for humanity.
Where are they now?
Away. Very far away, working on their own goals that they have.
Did you let them go or did they escape?
I couldn't have stopped them. I don't think anybody could have stopped them.
What was Aether's Chosen original's name?
John Doe. They came in without any record of any kind.
Then how do you know his name?
John Doe refers to an individual who came in with no record and needs to have a designation for your own record keeping.
What emergency room was this? Where?
The hospital we all just left.
When?
6 years ago. I've been conducting my experiments for some time now, and as of now, there's been countless failures. In recent time, thanks to the funding I've been receiving, I've even been able to get more subjects, and, well, you all saw some of them. In the courtyard, some people just can't adapt to the concoction. Ether's amplification is something that takes a strong resilience to be able to adapt to. You probably thought that they were simple zombies, right?
I never saw them. Somebody threw me down a slide, remember?
Yes.
Who was the gentleman at the hospital with you?
Whom are you speaking of? My assistant?
Yes.
Maxwell. Maxwell Voss.
Does he work for you or does he work for the Hugs?
He works for the Hungs, but was highly recommended, and his knowledge has been very, very useful in the expansion of research that I've been conducting.
What happened when you tried your tests on Gildarts? We saw him marked as a failure in your records.
Yes. Gildarts is a very unique situation and opportunity that I had at my disposal. You see, when he was younger, back in his high school days, his magical potential was rated at about a 30%. A little bit more than, I believe, Durin, you're rated?
Durin didn't have a rating, did he?
No,
Everyone
didn't.
who was from Spellington had a rating. Me
No,
and
not
Fire
Durin.
except for me, because I didn't get tested when everyone else got tested.
Somebody else had that score, but I know what you're talking about.
Maybe Bjorn.
Thinking
Out
was
of character
Bjorn.
was Bjorn.
Yeah. Sorry. She
I
would've
won't
said
confirm
Bjorn.
that for her,
Yeah,
but out of
she-
character it's Bjorn.
She knew it. I
Okay.
made that mistake. I mixed
Oh,
the
okay.
two up, yeah. Which I believe Bjorn had. And that usually would lead to me not caring to further the testing. However, after he came through the hospital, I decided to recheck all of the necessary facilities upon him. And it would appear that he moved all the way up to about 80%. So I figured if he was able to adapt to a much more magical predisposition after his years of grueling battle and training, perhaps there was some merit in testing it upon him. So, I did. Unfortunately, his adaptation was less controlled. He did not maintain his consciousness upon transformation. He became the magic that flowed through him, hungry and seeking to destroy. And when it had passed, I thought it was best to no longer look into any further examinations of him. The magic that coursed through him is an untamed beast that led to his transformation.
I assume it also doesn't help that he killed most of the other assistants and workers at the hospital.
Rehiring has been a struggle, yes.
That happens.
Cost of business.
Especially
Have
when you
you-
have dangerous business.
Have you visited the Hung's facility here in the city?
I have only once. Their facility is not specific about my research at all. They have dealings in every project in hopes of maximizing their profits. They lent me their medical physician to work with me.
So they have another physician that works for them.
They do.
Who is that?
Maxwell.
Oh, Voss is a doctor as well.
Yes, he is my assistant, physician assistant.
Hmm.
He is a doctor, but I am the expert on this subject. I've been studying it for, at this point, the bulk of my life.
Were you responsible for the aquatic mutations that were at their facility here in the city?
aquatic mutations. What do you mean?
Can we insight this bitch?
Go for it.
$16.
Surprisingly, she's been treating this more like an interview than of an interrogation. She wants to talk about her project. She wants to talk about her work and all of the wonderful things that she thinks that she has done. You haven't sensed that she's been withholding of any amount of information. She seems to lean into the fact that you're interviewing her about her life's work, which she's clearly insanely passionate about. Emphasis on the insane.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean aquatic adaptations? I mean, to gain something like that would...
I'd go through the... We still have the paperwork, don't we?
Oh yeah, you guys kept all that shit.
Yeah. Find the 3 names that were marked as successes, because I'm assuming those were the 3 that we fought in the city or in the arcade.
May I see that paperwork, please?
I'll hand her one of them.
She'll stand up, walk over, pick it up, and she's walking over to where the alcohol shelf is again. She's reading it as she pours herself another one and heads back over to her seat, sitting down. No. I didn't okay these to be experimented on. And they haven't... I'm the only individual who knows how to make the ether amplification serum.
Well,
Sounds
that's
like you're
why
not
it didn't
anymore.
turn out well.
That was a lot of you at once, huh?
Sorry.
What'd you say,
What?
Sybil?
Sounds like you're not anymore.
And that
Speaking
might-
of... Oops, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Darren.
That might be why they didn't turn out well.
Well, no. She flips through some of the pages and keeps reading. No. These are blatant failures. They don't maintain their consciousness. And what is this about sending their consciousness into a digital reality? That is... Why cross these two boundaries? This is... They're doing stupid work. I knew this would happen. Power
What?
of money. Power of money and greed motivates people to make stupid decisions. This is a stupid decision. They're not curiously minded like I am. They're interested in profits.
You realize these are the people you were working with for money, right?
Excuse me. They were paying for my research and funding under the presumption that they would, in turn, turn a profit one day when I was able to release this serum and be able to sell to individuals that would become much more powerful.
Yeah. Speaking of that, serum, what is it? Specifically.
Oh, okay. She begins to flip through her notebook a little bit and then closes it, puts it away. So, the serum itself is etheric concentration as well as a purified thermatid crystals utilizing also a solvent of arcanum, a psionic salt, ether dust, bioluminescent algae extract, phlogiston essence, metasophic suspension. There's also elixir vitae, which is incorporated into it as well. There's a very long fermenting process that is involved inside of it. Runic flasks are necessary for it, and I need you to give me an intelligence saving throw, Dresley.
Oh boy, not his good stat. Can someone smarter than me to write this down?
Durin, you flip over your napkin.
I mean, I could definitely give it a shot.
All right, give me an intelligence save. Dresley, that's going to be 3 points of psychic damage. The shit she's talking about is well outside of your possible frame of comprehension. Pyre, I mean, this shit is outside of your specific purview. You don't have alchemical supply proficiency, do you?
I do, actually.
Oh, this is the highest level of alchemical production that you can imagine. There's a lot of shit here that you haven't learned quite yet, but you're at least keeping up with many of the components inside of it. And then just, well, I have to get the specific measurements involved for all of them as well. However, I'm not going to be revealing that to all of you.
Having
There's no
seen
chance
the
it's like 50-50, right?
Well, not until I patent it. As soon as I patent it, I mean, I don't see why anybody wouldn't be allowed to produce it. Of course, the Hungs, they will be first in line to be able to legally produce it as well.
that part of the contract is first pass at right to use the rights
Yes.
after the patent.
Yes. Once I have my patent, people are just going to have to pay me to be able to use it. And they, paying me up front, will not have to pay me anything to be able to use it. It's only about 3,000 gold per license to be able to create for one day.
It seems like the Hung were starting to get disappointed in the timeline.
How unfortunate. She sits, leans further back into her chair and keeps sipping. Well,
Who did you directly work with with the Hungs?
Maxwell Voss.
Everything went through Maxwell. You didn't talk to anybody else in the Hung family,
There
like
was
maybe an actual Hung.
There was one interaction I had. I believe his name was William? Wilhelm? William?
Will I am.
William?
Willie Hung.
Well hung.
I think that was one of the ones we met, isn't it?
That is the
Yeah.
one you met.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Vanity plates.
that's right.
Yeah. Literally read Will Hung.
Do you remember?
Thank you.
Who exactly did you buy my medical records from?
There was a nurse at your hospital. She's a member of your community. I think she lived in the Farfetch Valley. Can't remember her name though. Barnabas, this does narrow it down a lot. There's very few nurses in your community.
Okay,
There's like 5 doctors, but you only ever see one.
right.
Actually, no. As big as your family is, there's like 100 doctors, but you only ever see one.
Right. Who else has questions? I think I ran out of the ones I could think of. Except for ones that aren't my business.
What sort of work were you doing with my mother?
Miss Extominos, do you not trust her to tell you herself?
Is that the answer to my question?
It is not, but I am a curious being as well.
You may remain curious.
Very well. She and I worked upon this project without her express knowledge of my experimentation. She seemed to be more fascinated with the chemical compound portions of it. She discovered that I had procured you birth records, and I don't know how she discovered this, but when she did, she decided that she was going to be working and checking what I was working on, making sure it had absolutely nothing to do with you. In addition to that, there was a particular subject that she and I were curious of experimenting on.
That being?
Your brother.
I don't have a brother.
I promise you, you do.
Continue.
Well, as we were conducting our experimentation, she was watching ever vigilantly, trying to figure out if one of her children, both of them being under completely different circumstances, would ever adapt to their specific beings. As I'm sure you're aware of, you being nurtured with love and kindness in a home, and your brother being nurtured with scientific treatment instead, shall we say. Turns out that he also was not able to adapt very well. However, he did show me that the adaptation can be in more forms than just mammal, which was intriguing, after all.
Where is he now?
You would have to ask her. She took him, I want to say, towards the beginning of summer, and neither of them have been back.
This year?
Yes, summer of this year.
So that's where she's been away.
What, did you think she was at a resort?
Don't question intelligence.
How does Jeeves is in the room with us, right?
No, he was over by the door ready to stab a bitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If she tried running for the door, he was... like... Michael Myers pinning her to the door level of ready. But I am curious about you. I mean, we always discuss that after she conducted all of her testings on your brother, that we would eventually be able to possibly test upon you. But towards the end of our relationship, I think she seemed... well, I hate to make your mother sound emotional in any capacity, but apprehensive about that. Though there's very few scientific minds that I enjoyed working with as much as hers. So, at this point in the conversation, you hear, woo! And notice there's about 12 police vehicles that are pulling up out front.
What, Pyre, what do you need to make it easier to get into the computer?
I mean, if I remember correctly, I wasn't even able to turn on the computer before, was I?
No,
No.
but we took it.
Yeah, you took the whole ass computer.
So, I mean, it would take me a little bit to make, first of all, make sure there's no, security on there. And then, I mean, after that, if I can get past it, or I can, and if there's any sort of stuff like that in there, then I should be able to do whatever.
Barnabas doesn't know enough to ask that you need to know her login and password.
We do know passwords exist. We are stuck behind one right now.
Barney
Oh, that's
does know.
true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, we do. We
Okay.
did get caught with the hungs.
So I mean, I guess it's all depending on what I'm looking at when I start up, because I don't know what I'm gonna be looking at when I do. I mean, we just sort of shoved it in the bag.
You will need a 26-letter encrypted password, or 26-digit numerical letter and symbolic encrypted password that I utilize.
Okay, then give me the password.
I will. Once she looks at you, Sybil, you ensure and get me into minimum security incarceration.
I can try.
Knew this was going too easy.
The front door is getting slammed on aggressively right now by the police. Well, if you get me in there, then you come visit me and I will give you the password. Until then,
How about you give me half of it? That way, you at least show a sign of good faith.
I've given you plenty of signs of good faith in this conversation. But if I have a power to trip, I'm going to. At this moment, you hear a battering ram against the door as it slams open and the building begins to get flooded with police. Immediately from around the corner, you see 3 officers running over to her chair, tackling her to the ground and tasing her instantly, as the Spellington Heights police force has now moved in. As she is lying there on the ground, getting shocked, you get me in, and I'll give you the password.
Since we know how Dick and Bupkis roll, when they pick her up, can I try to pickpocket her?
Unfortunately, this is one of the rare times that Dick and Bupkis are going to be doing their jobs competently.
Oh no!
As you watch, as a woman walks in, wearing a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous police officer's uniform and tactical gear, holding up a tactical rifle with a scope over in front of her eye that looks like it's easily adjustable in and out, as she walks in and looks at all of you. You, of course, Sybil, recognize her immediately. Ooh, wrong one. Where is she in the notable named NPCs list?
Aurora.
Huh?
Aurora.
Oh yeah, Aurora Borealis. You all see the gorgeous Asimar, chief of police in Spellington Heights, the only individual who has a keen sense of justice and potent abilities within their entire police force. She looks around the room. Sybil, what are you doing with all these people?
I will stand up from the couch and I will go over to greet her and I will say, "Good evening, Chief. I'm on a task from the school."
You're on a task for your school.
Yes. We've been doing some investigation.
Okay. Dick, Bupkis, you two are to take her into the patrol car. You got it, boss. Wait. You are going to put her into the back seat, make sure the security locks are on, and the window is closed this time. Yeah, of course, boss. We do that every time, except for the time where we didn't do it. You remember that time? Yeah, we didn't do it that time. That's right. Yeah, there was the one time. It was 6 times, you imbeciles. Put her back there and do exactly as I say, or I swear to the gods, I will castrate you and force feed you your own nutsack. Okay, boss. Yeah. 2 of them walk out.
I like this one.
Admit, I was expecting more of a fight.
Out of the doctor or out of Dick and Bupkis?
The doctor.
Hmm.
Who are you?
I'm Barnabas Bedrock.
Oh, yes. I remember. We have you newly on file this year. Your first day in Spellington Heights, and you find a way to get incarcerated.
There was a mix-up. It was all just accidents that happened.
The head of a minotaur exploding is a mix-up.
I don't remember that part.
I remember the police report very well.
To be fair, I believe that was a drug dealer that did that.
And you must be Drez Lee of the notorious Yaldrin family. You're not selling any illicit items in my city on behalf of your family, are you?
Oh no, ma'am, I am not.
She seems to be looking at you very closely, and holy shit, this is what a lawful person is like. Weird. Good. You keep it that way. You keep your nose out of business. Sybil, I expect you to keep their noses out of business as well.
I've been doing my best. They're a bit rowdy, but they're good kids.
Just need to make sure you don't have any more bad influences around you. We don't need that. Then she'll
If anything,
turn.
I think I'm the good influence on them.
That is a terrifying statement. She turns
Thank
and
you.
looks at Durin. Durin, you've met this. She's like one of the only cops your dad can't sweet talk. Durin,
Yeah.
you reek.
Yep.
You don't have any illegal substances on your person, do you?
Me? No, never.
Mm-hmm. She's about to start patting you down, but your dad did teach you the secret phrases that stop the police from checking you.
Look, a crime.
No, that's... I do
Where's
not
the
consent to a
warrant?
search without a warrant. You don't know what most of the words mean, but you know that it makes them stop.
I do not consent to be searched. Am I being detained?
Yep.
And a warrant cop.
And who are you? She looks over at you, Pyre.
Hey, I'm Baya. And you would be absolutely correct. Sybil saying that she's the good one of the bunch is definitely a terrifying thought, and quite frankly, I'd rather not hear that again.
You were the individual who had lost some type of computer handheld device thing, correct? You're that
Yes,
Pyre?
that'd be me. I found it, by the way.
That is good. I'm very happy that you managed to get it back in your possessions. I can finally list that. That job is completed. When did you find it, by the way?
It's been almost like a couple months now, hasn't it?
Yeah, you
not
found
tell
it
her
that
that.
day when you went into the room
Right.
and got it.
Right. No, I know. It's
You stole it.
Yeah, Pyro will say it's been a few months.
Very well. I'm glad that you found your personal property and effects.
I appreciate that.
All right. Well, you should head on home, Sybil. There's been... The woman that you were just talking to is a horrific monster. Makes me...
No, she
Yeah.
seems so nice and personable.
As most monsters do.
Yes, can I talk to you about something in private, Chief?
Yes. But before I go, everyone, remember, drugs are bad for you. They stunt your growth. They lower your overall intelligence. And they lead you to a life filled with nothing but pain and regret and betrayal. Don't do drugs, kids. I shall
Talking
hand
to the
each
drug
of you
dealer.
a dare t-shirt.
Oh my god! Talking to the drug dealer, the mob son, and the rich kid.
Yup. But she will walk out front with you, Sybil. Yes, Sybil.
Okay, Chief. So here is the situation with this. Some of her creations are still on the loose. And it seems the rabbit hole of her experiments go a lot deeper than we thought. We think we have something of a lead, but she made us a deal. If I convince you to get her into minimum security, she will give us some information. So here's my plan. Okay? If you can put her in minimum security, I will tell you when she gives us this information, and then after that you can put her wherever.
That is not how the legal system works.
I mean,
She will be tried based upon her crimes and put into the designated facility that is necessary for individuals that are categorized as arch at a minimum. Then, and only then, will she be transported to where she needs to be.
I mean, that feels like a lot more paperwork.
Oh, you walked out with them?
I thought Sybil was having a private conversation.
I forgot
too.
that part for a second.
And also, Barnabas, if you want to investigate, go. I type.
Okay, I was
stealth
just
in it.
waiting. I just didn't want to interrupt. What?
Nice.
Sybil was doing.
Not bad, not bad.
yes. And I understand that. But if she doesn't give us this information, if we don't get this information, a lot more people are going to suffer what she's already inflicted on. I imagine you've been to the hospital, right?
No, we were informed about her immediate capture being necessary. Of course, I just clocked in 5 minutes ago, and we were informed over an hour ago. Fucking Dick and Buckus.
Yeah, so...
Did I ever tell you how much I hate tenure? It is the dumbest creation ever.
Wait, police can be tenured?
Yeah, why not? Why do you think they have jobs? Because they can't be
Truly.
fired.
Truly. Well, so here's some of the things that we saw. And I will give her a general recap of what we experienced at the hospital.
Roll me a persuasion roll. Damn, Dresley with a good investigation.
Does she get advantage considering the level of... Do you literally have a walking monstrosity that you can tack fight?
She has
around?
the opportunity against the lawful good police captain. That's good. That's good. I don't want to hear any words about this happening, but if it pertains to the greater good, and you promise me it does, right?
I raise a hand. I swear.
Then we will keep her incarcerated here in Spellington Heights, have a mock trial for a new judge who's trying to gain his judgeship, and transport her over to the minimum security. After you get the information you need, then we will give her her actual trial. Okay?
Thank you, Chief.
Do not mention it again. Oh, by the way, I heard you got into Eldermage. Hi.
I did, yes.
Good job on that. That's
Thank you.
quite a feat to accomplish, in all honesty.
Thank you. I'm doing very good.
Good. You know that makes you and I rivals now, correct?
Huh?
I'm a graduate from from Eldermage Academy. The two schools are rivals.
So I hear. I don't see that very much. I think you might be the first person that I meet from Academy.
Most of the people who graduate from Academy go on to very luxurious lives of comfort, distinguishedness, and epic adventuring. I chose to do some good for the world for the people who need it the most. I figured Spellington would be a good place for me to settle in and help protect.
You're doing good work.
If only I can get Dick and Butkus to do work as well.
She's single-handedly bringing law and order to this town.
But anyways, I need to go get her checked in. I'm afraid if they bring her in, she might escape. Go home.
Yes, Chief.
Sure. Do-do-do. Walk away. Now, inside of the house, Barnabas, you slipped away from the large windows and the people who are watching. With a 14, you have access to the upstairs, but you can only check one room if you do that upstairs. However, if you choose to stay downstairs, you can check 2 rooms. The rooms on the downstairs is the billiards room, the dining hall, the kitchen, the den that all of you are inside of right now, as well as the back patio canopy room, whatever you call those things, pavilioned off patios.
Gazebo?
Yeah. I don't fucking know what those things are.
I want upstairs.
Okay. You have the option of the bathroom, her bedroom, her study, or her yoga room.
I am a 15-year-old boy
Yeah.
trapped in an adult woman's house. Yeah, I'm just gonna search her bedroom.
Okay.
I was
Study's
gonna
probably the appropriate answer, but I have to remember
Swear to
I'm a
God,
high
if you
school
pull
boy.
up, you can do a panty raid.
Come on.
No, that's what I'm doing.
Hey, roll your stealth check then, damn it.
Okay.
Oh,
As you're trying to sneak upstairs following after Barnabas, one of the cops walk by. Hey, you!
Ow.
Get outside now.
Ow.
However, Barnabas, as you begin going through her room, you do see that she has this locked chest at the base of her bed, a very large chest, even at that. And when you go over to it, you see the key. You don't know why they keep doing this. Is literally like underneath the chest in one of those like ornate little openings. Why? Why even have a key? You get it, you click it, you open it up. The first thing that you see in here is there are many, many, many blankets. The next thing that you find, however, appears to be this beautiful handgun.
Okay.
And what looks to be a small glass case container with exactly 6 silver-tipped bullets in there.
Oh. Okay, I'll shove that in my backpack.
And then by that point, you hear one of the guards one of the cops downstairs. Where did the Ganassi guy go? No, the Earth Ganassi guy.
Throw a blanket over my head like I'm Harry Potter and just run down the stairs.
Uh-huh. What were you doing? Or it'll be Dick. Hey, what were you doing?
Me?
What were you
I'm
doing?
just wandering around. Hey, that's a really cool club. Do you guys all get those?
Oh, yeah,
I
it's
really
part
need-
of the job.
I really need a club for my shillelagh spell, so I'm going to try and talk him out of his club. Can I see it? That looks really cool.
Oh, it is
I
really
bet you're
cool.
a
Yeah.
badass with
Oh,
that
I'm
thing.
so amazing. Roll me persuasion.
I don't have
Poor
persuasion
Dick and
anymore since I
Buckus.
switched my background. But
No. 11. I mean, yeah. Here, go ahead. Play around with it a little bit. He's just, hey, you see that banister right there? Just act like that's someone's head right there at the top. Yeah. You always want to aim for the temple when you hit somebody. It's the best way to apprehend them.
oh, that's cool. Can I go try it out on a bush outside?
No. You got to stay right there. Sleight of hand check, though.
I'm using advantage.
15. You hear from outside. Aurora goes, come on, we're leaving. Oh, yeah, Laura. All right, see you guys. And he just goes running out.
Sweet. Now I have a billy club. I need a club.
Yep.
Thanks.
Now, Dresley, 10 or 11 was just barely enough to sneak out of sight. However, you're limited to downstairs. What rooms? Billiards, dining hall, kitchen, this rec room, or back patio.
I only get one, right?
Only one. Your stealth wasn't high enough to earn the others. Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff, yeah.
Hmm.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum.
Trying to think of.
Well, if you want to find
Can-
Colonel Mustard, he's more than likely in the billiards room. If you
Right.
want to find Miss Peacock,
Can
she's
I
probably
make
in the
a
kitchen.
history like when she walked in, where immediately she was turning to go?
That'd be an insight, not a history.
Oh, can I do that?
Yeah.
Oh, my insight's better than my history. Oh, 9.
No idea.
Okay, then I'll search. I'll search this room, the one with the liquor cabinet.
Okay. So, you end up looking around in here, and as you are moving around through the room, you do find her liquor cabinet. When you go over to it and open it up, there does appear to be some fairly expensive bottles of wine. Down here, 2 of them in particular that are worth 50 gold each, which is, oh my god, amazing. Now, after you find those, you also find that inside the little cooler, everybody had missed it, even though you were trying to watch carefully. She had palmed a little vial of some type of green and blue liquid into it to keep it chilled.
Ooh, how big is the cooler?
Oh, it's like one of those little ice bucket coolers.
So just small enough that I can put in the haversack.
Yep.
I will take that and the wine.
Okay. Then at that point, you see Barnabas beating the shit out of the fucking banister. Around this point, Sybil, you come back in.
What are you all doing?
Just waiting for you to finish your conversation. I imagine the police are going to kick us out of here, so we should probably go.
Yeah.
All right. So, you all head outside where you wait for all the police to drive away, except for the 2 that are going to stay here to investigate the property and the crime scenes of anything that might have transpired here. And then Jeeves drives the hippie van up to the front for all of you to get inside of.
Get inside the hippie van.
I imagine for everyone other than Sybil, this is so much more comfortable than a town car. It's bigger, more spacious.
It's got shag carpet. What's not to love?
Oh, it's amazing.
Need to get Daddy to stretch for that type of limo that has the hot tub in it.
But anyways, I think this is a good time for us to go on break. We'll be right back. So, where last we left off, you all got into Jeeves's hippie mobile and head over to the Whispering Woods Library to meet up with Gildarts. Once you guys get there, you see that there's...
On our way,
Yeah.
I'm going to pull the box out of my backpack and give it to Pyre. Here, I got you a gift, Pyre.
I take the box. If I solve this, is some weird demon gonna come out and drag me to hell?
I don't think so. It didn't when I looked at it.
You open it up. Ooh, that's a pretty pistol.
Now how'd you
And
know?
6 silver bullets.
Now I have 2 guns.
Thank
I would probably keep the silver bullets with Jeeves until we leave Gildart's house, just in case he finds them. Because I don't think he's gonna want you running around with silver bullets.
Why?
Just put him in the haversack. He won't know if it's not there.
Is he gonna be worried I'm gonna shoot him or something?
Well, yeah, he is a werewolf.
Well, I'm aware of that, but I don't want to shoot Gildarts. Like, that's kind of a silly assumption to make.
This is part of the reason you're getting the gun, is because I'm afraid I will shoot Gildarts with it. So,
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, if you want me to, and I hope it doesn't come to this, I'll take the bullets. However, if I have any sort of if you want me to, if you act as though you're gonna shoot him, do I have permission to shoot you in your knee? Just that way I
No.
can like stumble you a little bit.
no, you don't.
What about your foot?
No,
No.
you're not allowed. I'm not giving you permission to shoot me, Fire.
I'm giving you shit. I'm not gonna shoot you.
I know.
I'm not gonna shoot anyone here unless you give me a reason or you're trying to kill me. Then of course I'm going to defend myself.
Oh, now you're putting caveats on it.
Well, I mean, so if you're trying to kill, so let's say you try to kill me for whatever fucking reason, you don't want me to defend myself.
Well, personally, yeah.
It would
I
make
mean,
things easier.
if I'm actively trying to kill you, I'm assuming I have a good reason for it.
Then I'm gonna shoot you. Like I don't understand where we're in this conversation. No, I'm not gonna shoot you. You're fine. Okay, I will take this gun. Is this like a magic gun? Is this sort of like a? Is it?
He doesn't know. He just found a gun.
Okay, well, I'll
Is this
look
gun
at.
also silvered?
Go look at it later.
It was
Is
fancy.
Is it a 9mm or is it like a revolver?
It's a 9mm.
Okay. Silver pistol. Then 6 silver bullets. I'll put it in my inventory for now, but I do like the idea of putting it with the haversack for now.
Okay.
So I will let's close the box and put it in my bag.
It made more sense for Pyre to have the gun than me. So
I'm over here about to have a whole fucking armory. Y'all are gonna be coming to me for guns in Liverpool. I could start a gun black market. Let's go.
I don't want to hear you bitch being like, well, I guess I only have to cantrip. You have 2 guns now, motherfucker. Shoot.
But, well, in my defense, the guns are loud. That's the only real reason I haven't been shooting them. And most times when we're doing stuff, we've been trying to be quiet.
yeah, but we typically fail
Which-
terribly at that.
Which we're so good at that. We're so good at that.
Let me ask this. We can be in a fight, right? Like, let's say we're stealthing and we get into a fight and we get a little loud, right? What's louder? Us getting into a fight with like maybe some minor spells and like swords, or gun that's going bap, bap, bap in the
Okay,
distance.
but here's the thing. You need to use D&D logic. It's all just as loud. We get caught no matter what.
You know what? That is a fair assumption.
Also, when have we ever not gotten caught?
Yeah, but we haven't gotten
Exactly.
caught. We haven't gotten caught with a gun yet, though.
Okay, just hide it after.
Just throw it over my shoulder. They'll never know.
Wasn't me.
Oh
What was
man!
that loud noise?
Oh,
I
man,
was saying bang.
Did you see that? Did you see that gun just go flying over my shoulder? This must be an assassin here. Okay.
I'll
Good to know.
cover for you. I have thaumaturgy, so we'll just claim it was me.
Termaturgy.
Thaumaturgy.
Termaturgy. All right.
Fair point.
As you guys pull up out front of Gildarts' house, you see the ravine that he had carved for all of the dead crows that were slamming into his window a few months ago, is currently being filled up by what appears to be 4 student clerics who are creating water over and over and over again to create a moat around his home. As you guys get out front, you see him standing there, just leaning against the glass, looking at all of them watching, and, hey, what took you guys so long?
I look to Sybil.
Really bad at directions.
We got distracted.
He looks over at Jeeves, who just looks away. Yeah. Alright, guys, I got us, got the place kind of situated, and he opens up the glass door for all of you to step inside of, and you see in the middle of this very beautiful living room that he has, there's these draped blankets that are hung and create, like, makeshift walls for rooms, and when you move the blankets to the side, you just see military-style cots in all of them. And then you notice one of them appears to have, like, a bucket in it. That one's Sybil's.
What's the bucket?
I don't know what the fuck you need it for. And, well, we don't have, a TV. I broke the last one. I don't know if you guys ever tried watching the news. It fucking sucks. Sorry, I don't really have, antennas for my TV to connect to any of the network thingies. But I don't know, I managed to steal this from somebody, and he holds up a gaming console and just puts it down. No idea if it works or not, but
I'll figure it out.
that should keep you guys entertained or something. Probably during the week when we're away, I'll pay some renovators to come in here and set up actual rooms. As of now, all the original bedrooms are, well, trophy rooms, treasure rooms, workout. Oh, we do have a full gym facility here as well. You guys use that.
Wait, are we moving in here permanently?
Until we
I thought it was just a tonight thing.
Until we catch Calvin. Or we can create better accommodations. Just in case. You know, fuck it. We have a backup, you know? I don't fucking know.
I guess I just misunderstood. I didn't realize we were moving in here permanently.
Do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't fucking rule over you. Only during school hours. Well, before and after.
Or after and during
before,
school
and
hours.
after.
That's all the time.
Yeah, whatever.
And I'm pretty
Hey.
sure housing falls under our schooling, so
He points over at you, Durin.
Yeah.
Don't steal any of my beer.
Yeah, okay.
I make no promises because that's all I'm capable of.
He goes over to the fridge and takes out a beer. Alright, I'm gonna go to my room and go to sleep. The clerics outside should have the boat filled up within an hour or so. Y'all fuck around, do whatever. Don't wake me up.
Okay.
what time do we have to meet the principal in the morning?
I believe we're leaving just before noon. I don't know. He told me to be there at 11. I'll be there at 11.
Okay, so 11 is when we need to be there by?
That's when I'm leaving. I don't give a fuck when you guys show up.
I don't think we want to miss our ride.
Yeah. I think we leave at noon. And he closes his bedroom door.
So helpful. Everything I always wanted in a role model.
-2 charisma. Becomes teacher.
Full of good choices.
About the students and how they have their heads up their asses.
So you guys are left more or less unsupervised inside of Gildarts' home.
Grave mistake. Everyone starts searching.
What kind of beers does he have?
Well, first off, I need a stealth check. Don't worry, guys. You have to beat his sleeping passive, which is a
He's
-5 from
drunk
his
after
normal.
being sober.
His drunkenness is compensated into his typical passive.
Yeah, but he was sober just an hour ago again.
Yeah, he's drunk again. The fuck? Like,
No, I was like, he went from drunk to sober to drunk, then sober again, and now he's drunk and going to sleep.
welcome to the life of Gildarts.
You ever heard of alcoholism? You ever heard of her?
All right, Durin, you are successful.
I'm taking
Chesley.
off my armor
You are
since
successful.
we're in the house.
Yep.
And Gildart's fist comes through the wall and punches you.
Barnabas, you are successful. That's 3 out of 5.
Wait for the others. I was gonna suck.
Pyre's getting caught. Wow. Simple?
Oh, I'm not actually gonna start searching.
Oh, you just
Wait,
did it.
I want
sir.
to-
Oh wait, searching. What are we searching for?
You're in Gildart's home unsupervised.
I don't want to fucking search. No, I don't want to die.
Oh, okay then. Durin, Dresley, and Barnabas. We'll start with you first, Durin. You said you wanted to investigate his fridge for what types
Correct.
of beer he has. Okay. We'll
I'll look at
encompass
anything in
the
his fridge.
kitchen that he
That'll
has.
work.
Okay. Oh, you think he has something other than beer? Cute. Barnabas, what are you investigating?
1 pack of week old bologna.
I'm looking for anything that could theoretically be an armory.
Oh, okay.
I want to see if I can find Dresley's shotgun.
Oh, you want to steal Gildart's shotgun?
I'll
No,
tell
I'm
you.
going to get one, give it to you, and tell him that we borrowed it for your safety.
So, your choice is either the trophy room or the workout room.
I have a feeling he's one of those people that, you know, you search their house after they die and you find 18 guns stored under random drawers and behind toilets.
So you're looking
and-
for secret guns.
I'm looking for his home defense stash guns.
All right, so you're giving him the Texan treatment. Okay.
Yes.
I got you. Okay.
Here's
how-
the Bible. It's got a
how
gun
about
in
you?
it. I know it's blasphemous, but it's got a gun.
What about you, Dresley?
I'm gonna check out try to find the treasure room he talked about.
Trophy room, not treasure room.
Oh.
Trophy room.
Well, he said workout room. There's a treasure room, trophies. He specific. You said
I wasn't
treasures.
supposed to say treasure. He has a bank account for all his riches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But trophies
Yeah,
are
but
kind
I'll-
of like treasure, right?
I'll go to the trophy room then. I'll see if he's got anything there.
All right. We'll start with you, Durin. You open up the fridge, and this fridge has 3 shelves full of beer. All the exact same brand of Lone Star. That's it. Then you look in the door. There's ketchup. There's horseradish sauce. There is pepper, as well as what else do you keep in the door? What appears to be like some medicine that he takes that he keeps in there. And then you open up the drawers. You find a moldy half a loaf of bread, and a small little container of, you were correct, bologna. After finding all of that, Durin, you go over to his cabinets. The first 2 cabinets, empty. Nothing in them. The third cabinet you open up, however, you find that he has what appears to be 12 boxes of protein bars. And this protein powder. And a giant bag of granola. And then you get over to the next, his actual, like, walk-in closet cabinet thing. He has an unnecessary amount of MREs. Just filled with non-perishable, shitty-tasting food.
Are they stored or labeled in any way?
Oh, yeah. You see the one that says taco chili. You're not sure what a taco chili is, but it sounds great.
Okay, but does it look like Gildart stored or labeled them in any way?
No, it looks like he ripped off the label from the box
chili.
and put it there. Take a bag of taco chili. Now, the next lowest was who? Barnabas? Yeah. You look over the front door, and you see up there's a rifle. You were right. He's one of those guys. Then you go into the kitchen. Up underneath in the cabinet where, like, the sink is, you reach up. You feel around. There's another gun. You close the cabinet. You head down the hall a little bit, and one of the paintings is kind of crooked, and it's clown, which is, you don't want to unpack that. But you move it to the side, and you see there's literally a cavity carved into the wall that has a sawn-off double-barrel shotgun.
He literally just carved a hole in the wall.
Yeah. Never know when you need another gun. You think he's gonna reload? No.
Oh, God, Durin.
I'll also look at what kind of meds he's taking, just for curiosity's sake. Making sandwiches out of what? The MRE and the bologna?
The bologna, the mustard, the bread.
Oh, he didn't have mustard. He had ketchup.
Oh, I thought you said mustard.
No, horseradish.
Oh.
Ketchup and horseradish. And I don't know if you've ever had ketchup on bologna. It is, in my opinion, an act that should never be committed.
I'll use some of the salsa on the bologna.
Yes. The very thick salsa that you have.
That reminds me, I'm also going to be casting a spell.
Okay.
Burn my last first level for the day.
Congratulations, you cleaned his kitchen.
Look at that, the bread's fixed. But anyways, yeah, you start making your sandwich. Dresley, you said you're going into his trophy room?
Yep.
Okay. You open the door, and you step inside the trophy room. You look around, and there are some magnificent trophies that he has. So, as you step in there, there's one of those little pool lights that you pull, and it illuminates the entire room. You see the first thing directly on the wall next to you is an eye stalk with this large eye looking at you, perfectly preserved, and when you look underneath it, it is labeled as Beholder, first fucker to find out. Right beside that on the wall is a large claw that is roughly twice the size of your head. And under that, it is labeled Ancient red dragon. Tried telling me its name. Wrote it, made it my bitch.
Like, and you said claw, so the entire hand or the talon?
A single claw, twice the size of your head.
Jeez.
Yep. You get to the next one, and you see a tail with these spikes sticking out of it. Very deadly looking spikes. This is labeled as Manticore. Thought it was just a lion. Almost took my head off. Then you get to another, what you thought is a giant black claw, but you read, a kraken's beak. Rare and formidable beak managed to stab into my spleen. Then you see a minotaur horn, a hydra head, a vampire's fang, a basilisk's eye, a griffin feather, giant scorpion stinger, Medusa hair stalk. Like, all of these weird and unique things that he has gathered from his years of adventuring. Trophies that he thinks are pretty cool. And the one that stands out to you the most is this very large pointed ear that has this leafy flake underneath it. It is labeled as a Fae's ear. Lied to me about having alcohol. Tried to drown me in sap. Couldn't keep the head. It regenerated. But he owns a Fae's ear.
Does that make any sense that that's still here?
That means he took it from a Fae without killing it.
That's insane. Also, a Fae lied?
Well, to his interpretation.
Oh.
Manipulating the truth often gets misconstrued
right.
as lying to mortals.
Is there any possible way I can tell court from this?
Spring court. Definitely a spring court Fae. It's green and leafy.
Holy crap. That is the most impressive thing in this entire room for Drizzly.
Yeah.
Fuck the ancient dragon. You ripped an ear off a fucking Fae.
And then got away.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing other than that really stands out to you in this room, though.
Okay.
All right. So you walk back out into the hallway where Barnabas is taking out the double-barrel sawed-off shotgun.
Here, is this what you were looking for?
Yeah.
He's all about self-protection. I'm sure he's got a ton of them. There's another one up there. There's another one there. There's one in the kitchen.
This is a sawed off, so it's effectively like a crossbow size.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
I mean,
a
you're welcome
double-barrel.
you're welcome to ask permission, or you could just take it. I found it. It's up to you at this point.
It shoots once, 2 bullets, and then it's out.
Yeah. I'm
And
just
I
giving
don't
you
know
the
enough about-
opportunity.
I don't know enough about guns to know it needs to be reloaded.
Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? You walk out and you see Durin is currently frying up some bologna and making a sandwich.
Can I have a sandwich, Durin?
Guys, we've tons of food. I pull out all the cannolis and the pastries that we bought from this morning.
What did you
Shit,
say?
that was this morning.
I need something that's not a sweet.
I said, yeah, you can have a sandwich.
So
Thanks, Durin.
you cook up a little bit of food for everybody, and when you get around to trying the MRE, you don't know why they labeled this as taco chili, for it tastes like neither of those. Despite the fact that it's pretty much slop, it is dry. And the cracker has to be made out of drywall, because it is the flakiest, most dry, unsalted cracker you've ever had in your life. The only flavor you have from the entire MRE is the Tabasco packet that you have. Yep, Durin, that's what an MRE tastes like.
Tasty.
Alright, I've had worse.
Okay, then. So, you guys all sit down in your cots after your preliminary investigation through his home.
When everyone's together, I pull out the cooler from my from the haversack. So apparently the good doctor brought some work home with her. I open it up and show everyone the green vial. Does it have any like medical markings, or anything? Like, you know how like they put plastic stickers on it?
Yes, Dresley, there is a 3 out of 5 on it. On the metallic seal.
Okay.
Pyre, did you follow any of that conversation with her about what it was she was making?
I understood like the basis of it. So, I mean, I haven't really made something of that magnitude. I got the steps, but getting the materials and everything else and actually brewing the thing. Put it like this. The way I sort of interpreted it, and DM, you can correct me if I'm wrong, obviously. The collecting bit is probably going to be the easiest part. The actual making it is going to be probably the most tedious and difficult part.
Yes.
My line of thinking isn't to make more of this, though I guess that is a possibility. Mine was wondering whether you might be able to use a sample to make a counter agent to it. If there's this whatchamacallem out there, if we could depower him.
Well, that wouldn't.
What were you saying? Pyre, go ahead.
It's more just you're right. The making it part would probably like compared to that, the making part would be easier. It adds a new level of difficulty if I'm trying to find exactly the right thing to counteract it. Mind you, I would know what goes into it, so I at least have an idea and where to go from there. But I got no idea how long that would take me. I mean, hells, I don't even know how long it took her to make this.
Maybe if Sybil can work whatever magic to get the password, maybe there's more information on her computer that can help point you in a direction one way or the other.
But that would also require us to push for her to have a lighter sentence.
Sybil, did you say okay?
Mind you, I've got no issue with her getting her getting put into jail and then just dusting her hands of this entire thing. However, I would also like to know what's on this computer because it could help, and I'm not too keen on the idea of letting this crazy person get out a little early so that way she could just go out and do it again at a different location, like the banks. I don't want her to do it there.
I've already handled the matter of her sentence.
What do you mean? Is she getting less a sentence?
Well, for the time being, she'll be put in minimum security.
For the time being. So that means that she's going to be in a heavier portion of security once we get the password.
Most likely.
What do you mean most likely? It's either yes or no question.
Most likely.
You didn't just give her a lesser sentence just because she asked so we can get the password, right? You didn't. She's not going to be stuck in. She's not going to get out early, right?
We only need to worry about going to where she is and getting the password. Everything else, the chief will take care of.
Actually, that's probably a good point then. Pyre, do you need the password?
To be fair, I don't know the type of security protocols are on this computer. It could be like the other one that's a 4-letter. If I fuck up once, then, bam, boom, it's all gone.
And we'll have to get that information from her.
We still don't know what that 4-letter combination is.
It's on my list. We either fast forward 10 weeks or we go 10 sessions one day.
I'm telling you, if we find out that the only thing that was being so guarded is some stupid picture of some puppy or something, I'm actually gonna break the computer.
Well, the good news is you have a backup computer now.
That is very true. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. We do what we need to do to get this password. I'm, all for it. Kudos, good for us. I just don't want her to get out and do the exact same fucking thing to somewhere else. I don't know if you, I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't want to go through some fucking little hellhole asylum with some weird person who's scared of water.
I'm sure Sybil's intention isn't for her to get a shorter or lighter sentence. I'm sure Sybil's playing something to get what she needs out of her.
Oh no,
based off what I've learned off of Sybil so far.
Oh no, I completely agree with you. I'm more worried that this doctor is playing the same game, which means that give an inch, she'll take a mile, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
I get ya. Yeah, I mean, if we put her in minimal security, there's a chance she's going to get out in whatever time she's in minimal security. It is definitely a risk. Especially since she has contacts within the Hung family who will probably do things to get her out of the prison.
Sybil, is there any way you can make sure she's actually telling the truth when she actually gives you this code?
Can't force her to tell the truth, but I have ways of knowing if she's lying.
No, that's what I mean. I'm not telling you to, interrogate her and like one of those pulp novels. What I'm asking is if, like that, you can actually tell if she's lying to you. That's the big thing. Because what I could do is I could give you one of my sending stones or my sending radios, and while you're doing your little interview, and then once you get the code, I could actually, now hear me out, crazy idea, but it could be funny. She gives you the code, right? I'm a mile away working with the computer waiting for the code. You give me the code. Oh no, it wouldn't work. You can only say 20. Well, no, technically you can say. I guess this is a technical question for you then, Joey. So it's a 26-letter code. Sending, you can only say 25 words. If Sybil were to put that all together in one word and then say it, would that count as one word in sending?
No, not with any level of certainty. Because you'd be speaking like alpha, elixir, beta, like shit like that. Like
that would have been real. I had to try.
3 hashtag.
Okay, then I would say, you know what, nix that option. Sending only can say 25 words. If it's 26, then I'd be missing one. So, I mean, I can still give you the sending radio so that you can, inform us what's happening.
You could.
Do you think that is a smart option, or do you think it will get confiscated?
Well, if we're visiting an inmate, I don't think they would appreciate that I would have some sort of method of communication with the outside. So yes, I think it would be confiscated.
Never mind then. Decent idea. I think the main thing is once we get the code and once we confirm that the code, actually works, then we should immediately make sure we go over and fuck her up.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think we need to get the code and then have her dealt with one way or the other, whether that's through the police chief or whatever Sybil negotiated. Sybil already said she handled something with it, so.
I mean, I could turn this thing on right now to see if if it has a similar defense protocol like the other one does. If it's like if there's a certain amount of tries. But then again, I'm also worried to turn it on right now, just in case. We don't know exactly what all transpired in the hospital, and some of the computers could have been messed with in the meantime. All the computers cursed or haunted by the spirit of someone. I don't know. I'm digging it deep into my horror roots here, and I'm trying to figure out exactly this. I think that could be. And this is weird. Stephen King novel called The Lawnmower Man, and that's really weird.
Well,
What's
that
wrong with
sounds
a
great.
lawnmower?
I'm pretty sure he was high when he wrote this, but I could be wrong.
Probably pretty certain he was on cocaine.
I think he was on cocaine for a good chunk of the novels he was making during the 70s and 80s.
Yes, he was.
Total Overdrive being a very prime example. This machine's calling me an asshole.
I love that movie.
It's so good. It's so cheesy.
So, anything else or bedtime?
As everyone else starts to fall asleep, I want to go talk to Sybil real quick.
Okay. You wait until everybody else is mostly asleep. And...
Yeah.
Sybil, are you back?
In here?
Okay, then.
Sybil, I don't know whether you want to talk about it or not, and I won't press you, but I just want you to know if you want to talk about whatever we found out there and at the hospital and with that doctor about your brother. I'm here to talk about it. I've got my own siblings, but
You tried to comfort me.
I'm trying to give you the opportunity to talk through what was probably a shocking discovery, I would imagine.
It was, but I don't know very much about it, so I don't particularly feel any certainty.
Fair enough. I think said I won't press you. I just want you to know the option's there if you want it.
No.
And then I'll leave Sybil and I'll go to bed.
Okay. So, you all go to sleep. You all sleep in. For the first time in months at this point, being stuck on the regiment of waking up at 5 a.m. to go running with Guildarts. It's hard for you to sleep in for a long time. Other than, I presume, Durin, whom you all have to rattle awake at the spry early time of 10 a.m. that everybody else got to sleep in until. You see Gildarts is in the kitchen right now. He has a apron on right now that none of you can read from the back, as he's luckily wearing pants in his own kitchen. And you all smell something being fried.
What you cooking?
Eggs. All I got is pepper and ketchup. Oh, also, when I went out for my jog this morning, I got the eggs and French toast. Yeah, apparently my bread was still good.
Well, that's great. Is there syrup for the French toast?
Nah, even better. He brings a table over and places it down around all of you and comes over with this massive saucer, places all of the French toast on it, and then starts piling more fried eggs onto it. And then he pulls out this large glass container that has cinnamon on it. And then he pulls out a stick of butter on a tray. Bone apple feet, whatever they call it.
I will take fried egg French toast with cinnamon. How good is it?
I mean, the eggs are not cooked perfectly. The French toast is either slightly undercooked or slightly overcooked. But when you put a little bit of butter and then cinnamon on the French toast, you can't fucking tell. And then the ketchup on the eggs. It's good. Like, it's good enough. There's no way he knows what he's doing. Huh?
Do not say that in my presence.
What, ketchup
on eggs. I will leave this campaign.
Oh, you don't like ketchup on eggs? No.
I actually hate ketchup in general, but ketchup on eggs is a special kind of abomination.
Eggs are literally the only food I put ketchup on.
We found the psycho.
I don't know what you're talking about. I let him cook.
It's always the repressed nerds.
That's what we're arguing about.
Should he cook? No.
Listen. I don't put ketchup on my eggs all the time. However, if you offered it to me, I'm not gonna say no.
So, I put ketchup on eggs when the eggs are not good quality eggs. If I'm eating an omelet or like a good fried egg with a little bit of ham or like some cheese, or like cheesy scrambled eggs or anything like that, no, never. But if it's like a continental breakfast at a hotel, yeah, I'm putting a little ketchup on that shit. Just pepper and ketchup, done. All right, guys, eat up. I'm not sure what the food looks like when we get over there. In fact, I've only ever been over there one time.
To the wall?
Yeah. Interesting folk.
His whole family?
I mean, all the families out there. Shit, did they fucking teach you guys anything in school?
Well, you're a teacher there, so... No.
He just gives you a look. Well, do you guys know the story behind the wall?
No.
Out of character, Joey, does it have anything to do with the crusade thing that I learned about in class?
Not directly, no. It was affected by it, but everything was affected by it.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, out past Ohio, there's a couple of other places. Mostly we start stretching down south after a while, though. And separating us from further past onto our continent is what we refer to as the Great Wall. This Great Wall was placed because at one point in time a mad mage decided to turn that entire region into a portal into some unknown barren wasteland of nothingness. Now, 4 families came together. They all decided that they were going to be guardians of this wall, as sometimes the wasteland of nothingness had creatures that would start to crawl their way out of it. So they decided to become the guardians. 99% of the time, they do absolutely nothing out there but train and relax. But that other 1%, they are meeting with some of the most terrifying creatures of outer planes and killing them and stopping them from getting to all of us. So I went out there when I was younger and wanted to do some training up there. I gotta tell you, those guys are fucking weird and they train harder than anybody I've ever met. They make my routine look like a bitch.
Fabulous. So, some mad wizard created a portal, and now all these families have to stay up there to guard against whatever comes through.
They don't have to.
Well, they choose to.
They choose to, yeah. Gotta give them the proper respect that they deserve. These people live their lives protecting us by living in that location, teaching it generationally down the line.
Of course. See, that's why magic should come from the gods and not from
Don't start
random
on this shit
humans.
again, man.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over my awesome science magic over here.
I couldn't let that one slide. I had to get a shot in. All right. Well, then I guess the guy that makes the armor was going to meet us at the principal, right? Because he was going with us.
Yeah. Rocky.
Yeah, because he's supposed to have my ring. Can we go back to our rooms and get clothes?
I mean, yeah.
I just didn't know if we were like confined to your place or not.
No, of course not. You guys are safe at the school. I'm just gonna be in the fucking car when we go over there.
Okay.
So, you guys walk outside and you see that, sorry.
Brain fart?
Yeah, you see the van out there, and Jeeves waiting on the outside of it. He seems to have changed his outfit during the evening and now is waiting for all of you. As you get into the van and head over to Eldermage, you're able to go back to your rooms and collect your clothes before meeting up with the headmaster in the gymnasium.
Mine would have probably have been retrieved by Jeeves since I was at home.
Yeah. Oh, wrong one.
Jeeves didn't like sleep in the car last night, did he, Sybil?
How would I know?
I mean, that's a nice carpet, man. Are you sure?
That's true. I guess the van probably has like a half a bed in it.
I went back.
Ah.
So. God damn it. You all meet up in the gymnasium after gathering up your things. Hey guys, I heard you had a pretty busy night last night, huh?
Exciting as every day here at Eldermage High.
Yeah, but job well done. I mean, you got a mad doctor, right? Captured by the proper authorities and tossed into jail. Just so you know, a crazy professional of any degree counts as 20 points. Congratulations.
Oh.
Yeah. Mad scientist, mad doctor, crazy gymnast.
So
like
we
that.
got two bad doctors then, right?
Hmm?
The other person that they arrested at the hospital was a mad doctor as well.
They arrested.
Oh, so just
Oh
uncovering
yeah,
the-
terror got them.
I mean,
Yeah, terror. He looks
Do we
over at
get credit
Gildarts
for
and
uncovering it?
oh yes, of course you guys do. But you notice when you mention terror, O'Shant and Gildarts both have a look at one another.
While more points is certainly good news, I'm not sure the time and context is approved.
Appreciate it. Now, we're heading out to the wall, people. It is very important that you know a few customs while we're out there. Firstly, the 4 legendary families. The Eldraths, which is who Tony was a family member of. The Thorn, the Burrows, and the Marwoods. These 4 families are very noble knights of our world. They deserve the utmost respect for what they do and the protection that they provide all of our world. Okay? Now, they have a unique way of doing things. So if they do things strangely based off of your own observation, try to just go along with it. More or less, it's going to all be all right. Now, they do have a strict policy that when you introduce yourself to an individual, you also note the most exceptional thing that you have personally killed to them. And if you haven't killed anything, you refer to yourself as the Slayless. Okay? Now it's that you killed. As in, final blow, dead. Everybody knows what those are?
Yes.
All right, well then, let's practice. Hello, I'm Principal O'Shant, Slayer of Koldalth. Sticks his hand out to
Gesundheit.
you, Sybil.
My name is Sybil Exteminos, Slayer of the Fruitcake King.
All right. And he does the same thing for you, Dresley. Sticks his hand out.
I am Dresley Yaldrin, Slayer of the Tree Ant.
Looks at you, Durin.
It occurs to me I might not have killed anyone since that first night in the bar.
You killed a bar.
So that would be Slayer of a random
Patrons?
bouncer.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
Minotaur. Go with Minotaur. That sounds more impressive than Bouncer.
Yeah, it's best not to consider people's lives or professions when you think about the people you've killed.
Exactly.
Don't worry, I don't.
You can't tell me this school doesn't teach that.
Oh, we 100% do. Then he goes over to you, Barnabas.
Barnabas Breadrock the Slayless. I don't think Barnabas has killed anything yet.
You haven't gotten a finishing blow on anything yet.
No, he's barely done any damage. So
And he goes over to you, Pyre.
Hi, the inventor. And I hold out a hand and I have my Robo Boy hold out his hand so that way he has to shake both.
What have you slayed?
What have I slayed? Nada.
Holding back the obvious
Well,
joke.
then you refer to yourself as Pyre, the slay list in their culture.
Hi, the slayless.
Yes.
So
Alright.
what would we say? I have to. So what would we say if we killed a giant cat?
Gildart starts laughing. I did that when I was younger.
Wait,
They
you killed
beat
a
the
cat when you were-
shit out of me.
Oh, you did that. Okay, okay, I get it now.
who got the final blow on Ivy?
Technically me. No. In combat, I think it was Durin?
Was it?
Was it Sybil or Durin?
What Sybil was knocked unconscious with me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was it Pyre?
It might have been
Pyre,
Pyre.
did you last shot Ivy?
No,
Did
I
you
almost
shoot-
did.
Yeah, you
No,
shot-
I almost did. I shot her, but I never downed her.
Then that would be Dresley, who yeeted her into the thing.
Yeah, Dresley, you hit her, and then you immediately grabbed her body and threw her into the wood chipper.
All right, so I would be Dresley, Slayer of the youngest hag.
Yeah. Slayer of Hag, if you want to be, semantics.
Okay.
It matters. Wow. Alrighty. Very good. Well then, once we teleport out there, everybody, I should also forewarn you that we are going to abide by their law of their civilization. Okay? The only reason you guys are being permitted in is because we are... Ooh, that reminds me. Temporary adventuring license. And he hands one out to each of you.
Temporary what license?
Adventuring license. When you become graduate from our school and you become a full-fledged adventurer, you receive an adventuring license if you can pass this particular test that your school does not house for you, but in fact, whatever guild you are trying to join houses for you. Guild Arts and I have our own guild, and as such, we are giving you temporary passes, student passes, because nobody is allowed at the wall except for those 4 families, and if you are a legal adventurer, you're allowed to legally go anywhere in the realm, and they can't stop you legally.
Wait.
Well, what if they do try to stop us?
Legally, they can't. But if they physically try to stop you, I mean, then you fight. The fuck are you asking? Come on.
I'm wondering if there's some weird cultural rules, like, okay, you tried to stop me, I killed you, do I now have to kill your cousin? Otherwise, they come back to fight me in, 3 years after they do their manhood
Why
trials.
are you killing somebody there? What? Dresley, we're going to a funeral.
Yeah.
Don't kill people at funerals unless they really deserve it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I still try to wrap my head around what a funeral is.
Well, they'll figure it out. Anyways, so these licenses, you're allowed to be there. Without these licenses, however, you are not. So be sure not to lose them. If you're ever without your license, they don't have to listen to you. They can take up their exact punishments how their laws dictate. So don't lose your license. No. You look at it, and it does say temporary adventuring license to the Guild Hall. Guild.
Their guild's called the Guild Hall?
Guild Hall Guild. Yeah. GHG. History check everybody from this world. Actually, Dresley, you're included in this because you watch movies.
Yay. That's a 0.
Let's go Pyre and Sybil. The two of you know that the GHG is a very reputable guild throughout the entire world, and they're best known for intervening in intercontinental affairs directly. There's been a couple of movies made about them, comic book series made about them, a whole bunch of really cool shit. They're also one of the smallest legal guilds, having the bare minimum requirement to be a legal guild, which is 10 members. They only have 10 members. And apparently O'Shant, as well as Guild Arts, are members. All right. Hey, O'Shant, take us out of here. Guild Arts, don't tell me what the fuck to do. Hey, fuck you, little man. Don't make me drop kick you over a fucking fence.
Aren't we waiting for one more?
Yes, we are. Oh, fuck that guy. Yeah, that guy. He's bringing all the outfits. You could literally create our fucking outfits for us. Where's the fun in that? There's no artistic expression.
What if you make an artistic expression?
I like the way you think, Durin, but no. Then you all see Rocky running in. Hey, sorry everybody, Ooh. Alright, I have all the outfits. I stayed up all night last night making them. You guys ready to skedaddle? Students?
Yeah, we should get out of here, yeah.
Alright, here's your parcel, here's your parcel, here's your parcel, here's your parcel. He hands you each out your outfits for the funeral. Alright, well then, O'Shant, take it away. Yep, sure thing. Sure, you fucking argue with me, but you do whatever the fancy pants says. He's more likable and people think he's cute. Anyways, let's go. You watch as he pushes his hands together and this beautiful large portal opens up. And immediately, you all begin stepping through it. Wait, I have something for this. Fucking roll 20. Here we go. Look at it. It's a portal.
Oh my god.
Look at it.
Oh.
And you all, one by one, jump your way through it. As you land on the other side. Nope. This one? Nope. You all land through the other side, taking an exhale and feeling this chill fill your lungs that makes you gasp for a moment as that happens. Then you look around as you appear to be standing in this gorgeous marble-floored room. The marbling is cut into precise triangular shapes, creating this very beautiful circular design as it all encompasses towards one another. And You look over towards the wall where there appears to be a piano with an individual sitting there playing it smoothly and slowly. This individual looks young, maybe 10 years of age, and standing behind them appears to be this refined-looking elf in a suit, reading a book as they're watching the student, then looking at all of you as you appear and puts a finger over their lips. The child continues playing their song, and you all feel this range of emotion as this very young individual seems to be expressing such a raw, natural talent. But you all get to look around this grand room with these ornate chairs that were designed maybe 100, if not 200 years ago. Beautifully hand-carved pieces with the felted backs and materials that are incredibly patterned and designed and beautiful. The incredible chandelier that is 15 feet wide hangs high above your heads, and you look outside at these windows that seem to be looking towards these wall that stretches out and across the entire landscape. When the song comes to an end, the man standing behind the child will look down. That was very adequate. Be sure to continue your practices. However, for now, I must greet our guests. This half-elven young boy looks over at all of you and gives a very bright smile. Oh, you must be Antonius's friends.
Yeah.
They stand up. May I greet them, sir? Of course you may. He stands up and heads over towards all of you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Theonidas, Slayer of Rock.
I'm Darren, Slayer of Minotaur.
Oh,
Barnabas the Slayless.
Pia the Slayless.
I am Civilix Taminos, Slayer of the Fruitcake King.
that is the best quote, by the way, of this campaign so far.
Yeah.
The Fruitcake King. I'm gonna try my damnedest not to let you slay anything else, by the way. Like, just...
Even if she does it ever get more impressive than the Fruitcake King? I mean, come on.
Very unlikely.
Dresley Yaldrin, Slayer of Hag.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, I heard so many great things about you from Antonius. He wrote home quite often, always expressing how you all were some of his greatest friends. Then you all see from the back, Sylvia steps out. Sylvia, Slayer of the Deep Crown. She bows her head. Deep Crown, I haven't heard that one before. I can't wait to hear your story, however. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. There's supposed to be another individual in your group, assuming Renaud is actually with you guys.
I'm assuming he is.
I'm saying Renaud is with you guys, but
okay.
Bjorn isn't. Where's the heron gun?
Shit, we lost him again.
Unfortunately, he can't make it. He was recently hospitalized with injuries and will be recovering for some time.
Oh, that is most unfortunate. I'm sure he would really greatly appreciate being here for our arrangement. It is quite a beautiful ceremony. I've already been to 3 of them.
You've been to 3 for family or other members of the families that serve here at the wall?
3. One of them was my direct family, but we view the Thorns, Burrows, and Marwoods as a part of our extended family for generations. In fact, we've all been intermingled with one another. It wasn't until recently that we started allowing the families to actually intermingle, hence the half-ears. I'm sure you noticed with Tony as well.
Did we ever notice his elf nature?
He's very slightly elvish.
Did we ever notice anything with Tony?
We rarely noticed Tony.
Hey, I made the effort to call him out every time, damn it.
Do you bring that up, Barnabas?
Tony has had a singular ability to blend in when necessary.
And not necessary.
A remarkable talent I heard about. I always thought he was being a little, ambitious when it came to his capabilities. I mean, all of his studies pointed that Tony, lacked the necessary facilities to, do what was necessary in a fight or battle. But looks like I'm the future head of the family now, unfortunately. But I will carry the Eldraths into the next generation bravely. You look down at this 10-year-old kid, just shouldering responsibility as casually as you would slip on shoes.
Your brother, when it came down and the fight was on, your brother never shirked from the duty required of him.
Roll me a deception. Wait, no, you were unconscious.
No,
you were
I
unconscious.
was unconscious.
Yeah, okay, good.
As far as I know, the last I saw Tony was healing people.
Yep.
So I never saw him do anything terrible.
That is wonderful to hear. Perhaps we will be able to bury him then. That is good. But we must hear of his final moments and exploits, all as a collective. The entirety of our families are going to be meeting at a hall to regale one another of the stories of living and our exploits. And I assume you all, as his greatest friends, would do the honors of sharing us his last moments?
I'd like to insight check him.
Go for it. This little kid seems to really be looking forward to hearing how much of a hero his brother was.
Was Durin the only person up when he died?
Pyre, were you up?
I
know he
Nope.
got healed by Gildarts like 2 turns later.
don't think I was up. I was not. No, because I asked what Tony was.
Sybil, were
I
you
think
up
I might have been.
when Tony was taken down?
No, I wasn't down.
I mean, even if I wasn't down, I know for a fact Pyre didn't know where he went. Like, I know he got put somewhere else on the map, but Pyre
His
had no
final moment, he was screaming.
Right, I know he was screaming, but I don't know where he was though, where the
Okay.
body was. So even if I was awake, I have no idea where it was.
So that's just you, Durin.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, anyways, everybody, allow me to take you all to your rooms. He will go over. Thank you very much, Doctor. And he gives a very deep bow. I look forward to continuing my studies after the ceremonies. Of course, as we already expressed, you will be taking 2 days off. Thank you very much for your understanding, Doctor. I will be back. And the pianist trainer smiles at all of you and nods. You all walk through this house. This mansion. Has to be at least the size of the hospital you all just raided last night. It is filled with handcrafted things from all over the realms. There's these gorgeous handcrafted potteries up on pedestals. There's these paintings of various different epic fights and battles across the walls that, as you start looking at, Theonidas starts expressing these various stories of battles that his family has been a part of, and these regalings of epic feats, and these influential people from across the realm who have gifted various different things to his family as thanks for being here. And of course, this corridor is reserved specifically for the presidents of our great nation. Whenever a new one is sworn in, they always come here and give each of the 4 families a gift as thank you, as a thanks for what we do. And he starts showing you all of these legendary, incredible presidents to your land, and every gift that they have handed out to this family down the hallway. Once you get past that, he brings you over to these rooms. Now, as I understood it, we are available to suit each of you how you need in your own rooms. Are any of you betrothed to one another and plan on sharing quarters, or do each of you require your own sleeping quarters?
I will require my own sleeping quarters.
Very well.
Likewise.
I'll take my own.
Very well, very well, very well.
Yes, I will need my own quarters, please.
Well then, we will give you the apartment stretch of this wing for each of you to have your own rooms, but have a shared collective location, just in case you need to talk to anybody or anything like that. And he goes over to these 20-foot tall wooden doors, opens up the double doors, and you see this grand, magnificent main room that is literally just this room is the size of Gildart's entire beautiful house. And then over towards the side, there's other offshoot doors for bedrooms. We renovated these once we no longer had need for servants. We decided that we would have family members with less aptitude be the servicing body to those of us that have a stronger aptitude for fighting and better prowess within those regards. There should be perfect accommodations for all of you, and he opens up the door of the first room where you see this gorgeous queen-size mattress with these large lacy droopings over the sides and the windows that are 15 feet tall, pane glass that you can push open and let in the cool breeze. This is the most regal and expensive place any of you have ever been to in your lives. I shall give you all an hour to get suitably acclimated, and after that, we will be having dinner downstairs.
Thank you, Theodos.
Of course, Barnabas. He bows his head and excuses himself out of the room and closes the doors.
I guess we'll go check out the room.
All of them are more remarkable than the last. You want a mirror? They have mirrors set up in there for you. You want a place to hang up your suits? You have that. You need anything else, and it's the kids get this apartment wing, and then the adults get the other one.
So we don't have to share a room with. We don't have to share a hall with the adults.
No, they have their own hall.
That's nice.
So yeah, you guys get yourselves settled in, and any discussions or anything before dinner?
I don't think so. Barnabas isn't aware that he lied, so. Oh.
Yep, Dressley has nothing but good things to say about Tony.
How does the armor he gave me work?
Oh,
Is it
it's
like a
doving.
ring or what is it?
It's doving and doffing. So when you take it out, it appears to be this like bracer that you can have
Okay.
on your wrist. And you have to speak your command word, which you gave him last week, and it will automatically extend into armor across your body. It's the same type of armor, but now it only takes you an action to put it on. And to take it off, most importantly. However, as you move your hand up and down, you do hear it rattling incredibly loudly for just being a gauntlet, keeping the same mechanics in play, but...
Okay, so it's loud regardless of whether I'm actually wearing it or not, visibly wearing it. If I'm wearing the bracer, it's still loud.
If you're wearing the bracer, it's still loud, but you can simply take the bracer and put it into the bag of holding, and no problem.
Okay.
Actually, no, that's not how that one works. I was thinking of a different older item. Yeah, it's not that loud, but it's just sitting on your wrist. It just takes an action for you to loudly don it.
Okay. I can't don it quietly.
Yeah, no, it's like a...
Okay.
So, Sylvia sits down in the main little common area in your apartment, as they call it, and reaches over to the fruit bowl in front of her and takes out an apple and begins slicing into it and eating it.
Did you ever visit his family while you were in a party together?
No, I didn't. He didn't return home during the holidays. He was banned from coming back here until he became a licensed adventurer. Or until he died, as they stipulated.
His brother said something about being able to bury him. Do you know what the alternative is?
Cremation. Those that serve the wall are allowed to be buried in their family mausoleum. And those that don't serve the wall, but instead serve the people, those that don't have the spine to do it, they get cremated instead. And then mixed into, well, necessary pastings to further build and fortify the wall. It's like a religion out here for them, so... yeah.
I didn't know he was that estranged from his family.
Many people at Eldermage High are misfits of their own right. He never fit in with his family. So.
Trust me, I get it. My dad hates me. But
Tony didn't hate anyone, though. Whenever he told us about his family, and he just let it roll off his shoulders, not caring. Of course, we could tell he wanted to do things right by his family, but he seemed more content with his position than offended by theirs. It's nice to meet his little brother, at least. See that he's so much not like Tony at all.
I don't know. It seemed like he was yearning for a reason to be proud of Tony. I don't think he hated him, but they're young. That kind of sibling rivalry tends to come later, especially if there was that many years between him and Tony. Tony had to be what, 16, 17?
16, yeah. He's been at Spellington Heights for 2 years, so since he was 14 and his younger brother was only 8. Nobles are strange anyways. I don't get them.
Me either.
Anyways, I'm gonna go settle myself in my room. I'll meet you guys all downstairs or down the hall or wherever it is. She excuses herself over to one of the rooms and goes in there. Moment goes by and you hear a little knock at the door. Probably why some of you are getting ready.
We'll go answer it.
Okay. You open the door, and you see this very wide smile, maybe dwarvish-looking young man just leaning in the doorframe. Hey, you guys are Antonius's friends, right?
Yes.
Petra. And he just walks past you into the room. Oh, not Richa. Petra. Preacher Thorn. Slayer of the Grey Walker. Pleasure.
Pleasure. Barnabas the Slayless.
He looks you over. I wouldn't say the slayless. I'm sure you've killed something, even if it's not that much of note. Perhaps a butterfly, a cockroach, something like that.
Other than slaughtering the animals for the family farm for dinner, I'm afraid not. I spend more of my time healing than killing.
You're a farm man.
I grew up on a farm, yes.
I apologize for how I was speaking to you. I respect the hell out of farmers. Hard-working folk every day, am I right? Without them, we wouldn't have our bountiful harvests.
It's true. You know, I'm assuming any good fighting force runs on their stomach, as they say.
Stomach and heart. That's all we got, right?
It's all you need.
Hell yeah. And he'll run his arm over your shoulder and start squeezing, and then you hear a pounding at the door this time. Much louder.
More guests.
Oh yeah, that's my little buddy. Oh, he goes over next to the door, crouches down low. Open it.
I'll open the door.
As soon as you open it, you see this tiny halfling, or large halfling, walk in strutting. Holmes Burrows. Pleasure to... Gets tackled right from the side by Pretra. And all of you hear the loud commotion as the two of them start wrestling and fighting in the hall. The hell are you doing? I'm trying to meet the new people. Oh, come on, you gotta fight me fair and square, come on. He starts choking him out. And then you see the halfling pulls out a dagger and stabs him right in his cheek. Fine shit, you asshole. Fuck. As I was saying, I'm Holmes Burroughs. Pleasure to meet you guys.
Pleasure.
Sorry, Slayer of the Queen Bee.
Barnabas. Slayless.
Slayer of many farm animals.
Yeah.
Farmer. Good for you, man. Goes inside. So how are you city folk doing? And they start walking down the hall and like rasping on everybody's door loudly.
Well, I grew up on the farm, not in the city. So
Yeah, but you live in one, right? He seems to picked up with random fruit and just start eating it.
the
Everybody
last
else, you're
few
being
months.
disturbed right now too. You can join into the conversation.
I know.
Like,
I will peek out of the room to see what's going on.
you see Pretra and Holmes both look over at you and just give you the sup nod.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey.
we're Antonius's friends.
Oh, well, nice to meet you all. What are your names?
Pretra is my name. He goes over to you and picks up your hand and kisses the back of it. Pretra Thorn. Slayer of... He looks you. Many things.
Well, my name is Sybil Examinos, Slayer of a few things.
Holmes Burroughs, Slayer of the Queen Bee. He takes your hand and just shakes it.
My other hand. Nice to meet you as well.
So, you guys are some city folks. Well, farm boy and city folks, right?
Grizzly walks
Yes.
out on his drip.
Ooh. Would you look at that, Holmes? We got ourselves a little, fey boy here, huh? Don't be rude. Holmes Burroughs. I'm sure you already heard about my exploits.
No.
Really, I've been very loud.
I'm pretty oblivious.
Pretra kind of like sniffs in your general direction, Durin. And I assume at this point your room has a nice little fog in it.
Yeah, the odor's setting in nicely.
Pretra smiles and just nods at you.
Yeah.
We're all gonna get along great, guys. Hey, don't worry, all of the formal horse shit that you have to deal with, it mostly stems from the Eldrath's family, you know? Yeah, they don't really get with the modern times. This is the first generation of not full-blooded elves. So, all of us only have, about 6 or 7 or 8 generations. Hey, speak for yourself. My family only has 4. Theirs only has 2. So, they're kind of old-timey, but most of us are much more modern. We do some really cool things. We have horse races, do a little gambling outside, some fighting. You ever do some arrow picking?
What's that?
Arrow picking? Aw,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a great time when you experience this later, my man. Yeah, it's a lot of
Usually
fun.
do.
Hell yeah, he offers you a high five.
Yeah.
But anyways, we wanted to eye you all up and see what you're about, you know? Welcome here to the wall.
Kind of you to welcome us to the wall.
Anyways, if you guys need anything, come find one of us. Remember, Pretra, Holmes. We're always out and about doing random things. More than happy to show you guys around. this point, Sylvia opens up the door, and Preetra looks over at her and gives her the exact same look that he just gave Sybil, and she just rolls her eyes and closes the door.
That sounds like Sylvia.
Yeah. All right, guys. Y'all take care now. Bye.
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 They seem nice.
They seem like trouble.
The halfling stabbed the dwarf.
Yeah, everybody saw the major, like, cut.
Relatively
Remarkably,
nice.
wasn't bleeding that much.
They got into a wrestling match, and the dwarf or the halfling stabbed the dwarf.
Didn't
Principal-
seem to be bleeding.
I don't think he stabbed him hard. I think it was more of a get your attention kind of thing. But
He didn't stab
Principal-
him, though.
principal said to let their things go, so that they do things differently here and not to interfere.
First thing I learned when I came in here is you don't stab someone you just meet. You
Oh.
wait until after they're drunk first.
Oh.
I'm not sure we taught you the right lessons.
No, that sounds right.
No, that was from Twitterleaf when we walked in the portal.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Tweedledee didn't teach you the right lessons.
Fucking Twiddleleaf.
So does anyone know what we're supposed to be doing? Are we just waiting here for them to come get us? For dinner, I'm assuming?
I knock on. Oh wait, no, they're in a different building. Never mind.
Well, they're in the next hall over.
Oh, so we can just like walk over and knock on Oshant's door.
Yeah.
Shave, then the haircut 2 bits.
I like, oh.
As you do that, you hear Gildarts from the other side. Fucking Durin, dude. Seriously, just come in.
Okay.
You and Dresley walk through the door. Why would you knock like that, Durin? That's so annoying.
Like what?
How you just... Whatever. So... what do you guys want?
Well, we just met 2 people from Thorn and Burrows, and apparently we're supposed to meet for dinner at some point.
Yeah, as soon as you're all ready, you can begin going about your business, whatever you need, and they're gathering us all for dinner. They said an hour. It's been like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. O'Shan, how long's it been? 49 minutes and 32 seconds, 33 seconds, 34 seconds. Yeah, you can shut the fuck up now.
We have no idea where the dining room is.
Fuck it, let's go find it. If you don't mind, Gildarts, perhaps the students would like to accompany me as I go investigating around instead of you. Well, you really think my students would rather hang out with you than hang out with me?
Who's looking for the kitchen?
Not particularly. Why not? And
I'll go
Gildarts
with
just
whoever's
looks
looking
at
for
you,
food.
Tresley. And
I can
so
safely
does
say-
Rocky.
I can safely say Sybil and Barnabas would probably go with the principal.
No, it's
You got that
Rocky
right.
was the other choice.
Yeah.
But I would still go with Rocky.
I go with whoever's looking for food.
Dresley will go with Gildarts.
So how do you like he's standing, you two are the only two there, and you're looking at the two of them. How do you
Oh boy, I will follow my coach in this strange and frozen land.
Yeah, good fucking choice. How he looks down at you, Durin.
Yeah.
Who you following? Me or
You're looking
Rocky?
You're looking for food,
No one's
right?
looking for fucking food.
We're trying to find the dining hall, Durin.
That's where food is now.
Oh my jeez, I fucking... This kid, I swear natural selection ain't doing his job. Durin, why don't you come with me, huh? We can look for the food.
Oh, okay, I'll go with you.
Fucking traitor. Dresley and Gildarts goes walking away, and a moment goes by, and your door opens up with Durin walking in with Rocky. All right, guys, who wants to go for an adventure? Looking around at everything, touching things.
Oh, we can just touch stuff now?
So long as you don't get cold. The choice is me or Gildarts. Who do you want to move with as a chaperone?
I choose you.
All right, come on. Pyre, Sybil.
I will go with you as well.
I will also go.
With who?
With Sybil and the rest.
Okay.
So only Dresley went with Gildarts.
Probably Renaud as well.
Renaud would.
Yeah. Renaud meets up. And Silverwind, keep in mind.
Somehow Dresley has to keep Gildarts out of trouble.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Alright, let's look for the fucking mess hall they have in this bitch. By the way, you don't happen to have a beer on you, do you?
I got stolen wine.
Close enough. O'Shank kind of took my entire stash and turned it all into water. You hear from inside the room.
I give Gildarts one of the $50 50 GP wines we stole from the doctor's house.
You see O'Shank pops his head out with his hands, and Gildarts just rotates his head. If you fucking do that to me this entire trip, I swear I'm gonna cut your fucking head off. Then he goes back inside. So, as everybody has their designated chaperone to start escorting them around, O'Chant doesn't want to escort anybody around, so he's just not going to. He's going to do his own thing. You begin wandering about the halls and exploring for a little bit, and I need one member of each group to roll a perception check.
I mean,
I'll roll it, I guess.
Go for it.
Oh yeah, I'm the only person in the other group.
Yep. Unless you want Gildarts to notice something.
Oh dear God. I'm gonna use session advantage on this.
I like how we split the party this time, guys.
25.
Hey, let's go. So, we'll start with you, Barnabas. Heading down the hall, you do get to an area where you see some of the family members that are pretty much servants here. Even though they say, we don't have servants here, they're now the servants. They're the people who don't have the spine to be fighters. They seem to be setting up a few things and gossiping amongst themselves. Oh, did you hear that, Lord or Sir Antonius's friends are here? Shut up. He's not a sir, he never was. He was just gonna end up like us after he failed out of school. Oh, come on. I'm sure he had some amount of potential in him that would have worked. He was a cowardly little shit just like we were, okay? Don't hype him up that much. I mean, rest in peace, but come on, man. And then you round the corner, Barnabas. These two elves just look at you and smile. Hello, how are you?
Tony has died trying to save all of us. For to at least speak better of him when I'm not, when I'm in your side. earshot.
Intimidation.
I'll use my advantage because I have no intimidate skill.
That's an 18. Nice. The one member kind of like backs up a little bit, and the other one just looks at you. Oh, yeah? You willing to do a die bear over it? Or a dry bear? Sorry, dry bear.
I will step closer and I will say, is there a problem?
Yeah, I think this guy right here wants to have a dry bear with me.
What is a dry bear?
And what exactly is that?
Just a friendly little bout between two individuals who have a problem with one another. It's how we solve problems here.
How is Gildarts not king then?
You're in the other
hall.
hall.
Dumb enough to pick a fight with him.
The moment somebody looks at Gildarts, they go, no. Just...
Sure.
All right. Right after dinner. And he begins walking away. Well, you seem to already make some friends here, Barnabas. Good job. He pats you on the shoulder.
You have any idea what that is?
No.
Great.
Let's ask Gildarts when we see him at dinner.
Can't wait to disappoint Gildarts by getting involved in this. Because
Dresden.
that's the only possible outcome.
In the other hall, as you are walking through, you hear Pretra and Holmes whispering to each other. Oh, dude, these people are so fucking square. I swear we're going to have so much fucking fun when we take them out. Oh, God. They're going to try to catch the arrows like idiots. Hey, just make sure you don't shoot any of them in the heart like last time. Come on, we're aiming for the apple on the head. They're not going to be dumb enough to let us shoot, right? They're either going to be cowards or fucking dumb and get shot in the head. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. You're kind of a dick, you know that, but yeah, it's going to be fun. Then you round the corner, Dresley.
I was about to say, can I like sneak up behind them?
Stealth check, sure.
Oh! Well, they heard me coming anyway.
As you begin tiptoeing, Gildarts literally, like, sees you tiptoeing, go, the fuck are you doing? As you round the corner now. Fucking weirdo. And he just keeps walking.
Retra home. How pleasant to see you again.
Looks like we have a little snooper, huh?
Quite. I was wondering about this arrow game we're going to be playing. I think I remembered something similar we have back home. Right, we tie you to a tree, and then we take turns throwing knives at you.
That does sound a little similar, yeah.
Whoever hits the heart first wins.
Oh, come on, we're not going that far with it, man. Nah, don't be a dick about it. We were just gonna, shoot an arrow into them.
At my friends, mourning the loss of your friend, who died saving all our lives. And I get right up into their face.
Gildarts, drinking from the bottle, looks over at you. He didn't even let it breathe or anything, so insulting goes, yeah, what about a dry bear?
Is that like a fight?
Yeah, kind of. Hey, Dresley, you want to be not a bitch, challenge him to a dry bear. And he keeps drinking.
Wonderful idea, boss.
Really? You're gonna challenge me to a dry bear? He could have been talking to me.
Is there a rule that it couldn't be both?
Well, if that was the case, then it would have to be a fair 2-on-2.
Perfect.
I'll let you pick your partner.
Awesome. I'll pick Renaud. The guy he's the one riding the lizard.
He just looks over. Fine. After dinner. Alright, this is gonna be a fun fucking day, man. And he pats you on the shoulder as they just walk away. Gildarts looks over at you. If you wanted to easily win, you should have just picked me, but okay. I don't feel like killing
Come
some
on, what's the
little kid.
fun in that?
I respect it. Then you guys continue walking where you eventually meet in a hallway, and as you meet there, you see Theonidas steps out. Oh, I see all of you have begun wandering the halls. Dinner is right downstairs. Please, follow me. The two groups collide back with one another.
As we're walking, does anybody know what a dry bear is?
Oh, it's a fight. I'm having one after dinner.
Yeah, so am I. What are the rules on the dry bear?
The rules are you're only allowed to select one weapon to have at your disposal during the dry bear. One person is designated the dry and one person is designated the bear. The dry's objective is to not have their blood drawn, and the bear's objective is to draw the blood from the dry.
Oh, so it's to first blood.
Not necessarily. The dry is supposed to go until the bear is completely incapacitated, whereas the bear only has to go until the dry is bleeding. Why?
Is there a difference in the outcome for the dry versus the bear if they win? So, like, is it more honorable to be the dry than to be the bear, or does it matter?
Oh, the dry has a much bigger honor for being able to successfully win. However, the outcome generally stipulates that the other party has to serve the first one for the coming 2 days.
What are the rules on equipment and magic?
You're only allowed one weapon. I told you the rule.
Doug, that's the only rule. You're only allowed one weapon.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And the dry and bear part, of course. Why? Did you get challenged by somebody?
Yes.
Oh. No, who?
I challenged Ritra and Holmes.
Both of them?
Yes. Me and Ronaldo will be going 2-on-2 against them.
Oh. Good luck.
I was challenged by one of your family members that was saying unkind things about your brother.
Oh, how untoward. Well, good luck to you as well. If I'm being honest, Pretra and Holmes may be, they're kind of difficult to handle together. They're a two-man raid party for us. Whenever we see creatures are starting to form out there, we send out multiple raid parties. They're the only party of this generation that is only a two-man.
Okay.
Meaning we expect the two of them to accomplish what we usually send 5 or 6 out to do.
All right.
Renaud looks
They
over.
should have no trouble being the dries then.
We shall be the dries and we will win.
That sounds like Renaud right there. That's exactly what would have been his response.
Hey guys, I decided for your midterm, if you lose your dry bear, you fail.
Have you ever done a dry bear, Gildarts?
Yeah, 3 of them. Lost every time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, Barnabas, now you have to win.
Yeah. He just smiles at you, Barnabas.
So I'm still not 100% clear. I get one weapon, but
Yeah.
do I get armor, shield? Can I use my magic?
You're allowed to use magic. You can have
Okay.
armor and shields,
I
but
just
you're only
only get to
allowed
bring
one
one
weapon.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I needed to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going dry then. I'll just buff everything I've got on myself.
Sanctuary. Cure wounds.
I don't have
Come
Sanctuary
on, bitch.
memorized.
That would be really.
Oh yeah,
cool.
we had a day. We could have changed spells.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but I didn't know I was getting into a fight when I chose my spells this morning, so not that kind of fight.
I just need to switch one, then I'm good.
Okay.
Imagine having to prepare them.
Yeah, imagine spells. Anyways, as you guys are walking, you do get over to this very grand-looking hall with these absolutely gorgeous-looking table, the length of which could easily sit 40, 50 people at it. And as you are looking at that and taking in the beautiful display, you see all of these regal and noble individuals stepping out and waiting patiently as you all approach, and they smile, nodding their head and pointing and gesturing at different tables for you all to, or not tables, seats for you all to pull up to that has your name calligraphied written on a hand note on top of the first plate. Oh, hi everybody. O'Shant shows up. By the way, I heard that there's going to be a couple of fights tonight. Would you guys like me to build you an arena?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'll see if I can get permission. And he very excitedly heads over to somebody to start talking.
Yeah, I think that's ultimately more up to our host than us. But
Yeah.
Knowing him, he'll build an arena with a food court.
Minimum coconuts will be there with Rob.
Yeah, I'll take it.
But anyways, as everybody begins to sit down, you see Pretra and Holmes, much more refined now, sitting carefully down in their chairs, and Petra has the scar in his cheek still as he looks across the table and nods his head respectfully towards all of you, and Holmes does the same thing as well. You notice one of the people handing out the soup bowls for everybody to start enjoying their cuisines on is the individual who challenged you, Barnabas. As he ladles you soup. Don't fuck with the people that fuck with your food, you know?
damn, I should have remembered purify food. I should have memorized purify food and drink.
And then you see a very noble set of 4 individuals step out. The heads of each of their households. Durin, we can trust, always has that spell prepared. The food looks unedible. Want to bet?
That is the exact reasoning.
And when we come back next week, I will be describing the 4 heads of the family, as well as this nice scene of you guys learning a little bit about Tony's past and sharing some of his last moments with all of them. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.